Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So, as some of you might already know, that the current most broken build in the Swarm Disaster Simulator universe is the Abundance Path. And I have been thinking, is that the only answer to this new endgame content? Or is there another build that could possibly be compete with the Abundance build? And here I'm gonna bring you the build I found, which is the Destruction build. As you can see in the footage in the background, I'm full autoing as difficulty 5 of a Swarm Disaster. And I'm gonna leave the footage play in the background while explaining the idea of why this build is good with this specific comp, and also some of the tips I can share with you. So first of all, even though the Destruction build, I would say it's not stronger than the Abundance build, but let me explain the idea why I think the Destruction build is compatible somehow to the Abundance build. There are a couple reasons of why the Abundance build is so broken. The number one reason why Abundance build is so broken is because its dice effect basically allows you to infinitely increase the countdown duration every time you enter a mercy tile. And because of this reason, while running the Abundance build, you are able to run the longest route possible in the map and grab as many bombs as possible before the final boss fight, and your countdown will still be very positive so that you will not get any of the damage debuff when fighting the final boss. This honestly makes a huge difference between the Abundance build versus any other build, simply due to how many blessings you can get throughout the run without getting the penalty of the countdown. Now in comparison, we have the Destruction build here, that the dice effect basically allow you to get a lot more blessings for free, as well as free upgrades from the enhanced beacon, and also turning any domain of your choice into a combat domain, which basically give you a guaranteed blessing after the combat. Even though the total amount of blessings you get from the Destruction build might not be the same as the Abundance build, you are still getting a lot more free blessings compared to any other build. So from this point of view, Destruction build is very similar compared to the Abundance build. The second reason why Abundance build is so broken is because it has so many heals that can keep your team pretty much at max health of all time. And because Simulator Universe does not have a timer, unlike the Memory of Chaos, that's why if you're just trying to clear, you don't really need to worry too much about your damage, because you can take your time as long as you want, as long as you have enough of survivability. Now even though in the Destruction build we do not have such an insane healing, but we can achieve this insane healing by having a specific team comp, which is Clara plus March 7 plus Locha. This is because every time you get hit by the enemy, both Clara and March 7 are able to do a follow-up counter attack, which will both trigger the passive healing from Locha to heal your entire team. And moreover, this team comp have a very good synergy with the Destruction build, which I will explain later. And next, the third reason why the Abundance build is so broken is because it also gives you a lot of damage reduction as well as maximum HP increase from its blessings, so that you will not get one-shotted by the boss. As for this aspect, luckily our Destruction blessings also have a similar way to achieve it. And lastly, the Abundance build have dual drop that can basically give you a lot of free damage. Now as for the Destruction build, sadly we don't have that many of the free damage from the blessings. However, we do have a lot of damage bonus from defeating every combat state by the dice effect. So that kind of makes up for the damage part. Although I was honestly saying it's not quite the same level as the dual drop. So with all that saying, let me explain how this build works. As I explained earlier, defensive is the key to clear Simulator Universe. And I bet the number one struggle that you guys have is getting one-shotted by the boss, especially at the last phase. It deals a massive amount of damage as AoE damage to your entire team, and most of the time it just simply one-shot your DPS or even your entire team. So that is the number one issue here we need to resolve. While the Abundance Path increase your maximum HP to allow you face tank that AoE attack from getting one-shotted, the Destruction build focus on giving you a free shield from using the Path Resonance, as well as Fighting Spirit that can increase your character's defense, as well as provide some sort of the damage reduction from the blessing. However, there is a downside to this skill. It says it will consume HP from all allies up to 40% of their max HP. This means that if your character is currently having less than 60% of your max HP and you're using your Resonance skill, you will not consume any HP, and therefore there will be no shield generated from using the Resonance skill. But this issue can be fixed now in the Swarm Disaster thanks to the Resonance interplay with having 3 Preservation Blessings, which can guarantee you a shield equal to 40% of your max HP if you are currently under half health when using the Path Resonance skill. Now with this fixed shield, as well as your insane healing from your Lorcha, March 7 and Clara combo, you are able to maintain high HP with your 40% shield as well, so that you can face tank that AoE wipe attack during the last phase. But then the next issue comes. You are so reliant on your Path Resonance skill to give you that free shield, but it takes quite a while to charge up. Now the second Resonance interplay skill comes in clutch to solve this issue with the Elation Path. It's basically saying that you will generate more Path Resonance energy every time you launch a follow-up attack. And guess what? In this team comp, we have both Clara and March 7 launching their follow-up attack every time they get attacked. And consider how the swarms will always summon the minions up to 5 enemies at the same time on the field, there's going to be a lot of counter follow-up attack with this team comp, which will regenerate the Path Resonance skill very fast. And next, let me give you some tips that I found that might help you throughout the run. First of all, here are the choice priority that I personally recommend. Because of how the dice effect work for Destruction Path, it's pretty obvious that you want to get as many elite and combat tile as possible to maximize your dice effect bonus. And in the case that you are not able to choose any combat or elite tile, you want to get reward tile because anything comes from the reward tile are always positive buffs, while the event tile can be both positive or negative randomly. And if everything goes south, you want to pick the adventure tile over the event, because again, event is completely random. You could waste the chance and get a negative event, while the adventure tile can at least give you a positive reward upon clearing the stage. Moving on to the second tip. When you roll the dice effect and get the orange effect showing on the screen here, you should always choose the elite domain instead of the combat domain, because the elite domain can give you a higher rarity of blessings. And you want to use this opportunity to aim for 3-star blessings if possible, even if it means to use your coin to reset the buffs. And ideally, you want to choose the elite domain that is far away from you, not the one close to you, because the one closer to you, you can walk through there and get the buff yourself, while the ones that are far from you, you probably do not want to waste your countdown and reach there. So in the example here, since there are 2 elite domains in the bottom route and the top route only have 1 elite domain, I will be walking at the bottom route, and then at this point I will be picking the elite domain at the top as my dice effect. And also just a side note, if the domain you choose currently have a beacon effect. You will also get that beacon reward upon choosing the domain from this dice effect. So you don't have to worry to lose out the reward if you do not walk over there. Tip number 3. For the blessing choice, obviously you want to go as many destruction blessings as possible, but what do you get outside of destruction? Well, you want to aim for anything that can give you more survivability, such as the buff showing on the screen here, which will reduce your damage taken when you are at max health, which is pretty easy to achieve with the March, Clara, and Watcher combo, and also a damage reduction if you have a shield, which is also easy to achieve because of your Path Resonance skill provide you a large amount of shield, and also March 7 provide you a shield. And if you're using Fire MC like me here, you will also get a free shield, even though it's very little, but it's still a shield every time the Fire MC move. And that helps a lot with the damage reduction to increase your survivability overall. Alternatively, you can also get some utility buffs from the Elation blessings, such as the ones showing on the screen here, thanks to how many follow-up attack you can do from Clara and March 7 in this comp. And that pretty much sums up everything I want to talk about here. And as you can see, I full auto the entire fight from phase 1 all the way to the end of phase 3 without a single character died. There were some close calls though, but that is mainly because I didn't have 3 preservation blessings in this run to unlock the resonance interplay, which meaning that whenever I am below 50% health and use my Path Resonance skill, I could not generate the 40% HP shield, and that was the reason why there was a couple of close calls. But if you were able to get that interplay, this build can ensure you to survive long enough so that you can slowly take down the boss. And once again, I am not saying that this build is better than the current meta abundance build, which I honestly think it is not better. But I just want to show you that this build I found is very close to the performance of the Abundance Path build. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. See ya!